the whole podcast is basically around my company, which you obviously mentioned before, is DAF Global, and it is essentially Design a Future. So at the minute it is a social media marketing company, but in the bigger picture, I've always wanted to do it almost like you said is designing a future, and it is seeing every aspect of it, like yourself, like you're doing a different thing, but you are designing a future, if that makes sense. And it's just basically like I want to connect with as many people doing good things, trying to better themselves, really. So yeah, obviously, I just seen the tattoo as well. See, you got that the other day, firstly, explain that. Firstly, obviously introduce yourself and drop the tattoo in there.
So my name's Matthew J. Phillips. I guess you could say, I mean, would you class me as a social media influencer or no? Because I don't really like the term.
Yeah, it's a bit hit and miss, ain't it? Now,
but in a sense, I technically am, but I don't really like the term. But you know, really, I'm just a personal branding coach. I'm stepping into consulting right now, and I'm a training business owner.
Okay, wicked. And it's primarily through Instagram that you sort of run everything, right?
So right now it's primary through Instagram because I guess it's like, you know, when you first start, you always have that one platform that you tend to go 100% on, right?
Yeah.
And you just like, you prefer that platform over others. Is yours YouTube or Instagram?
To be honest, it probably was Instagram, and then I got into YouTube just to sort of accommodate it. But I never really took flight. I mean, I will always put stuff on YouTube, but it's not like my goal isn't to be at 100k on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? My YouTube is more so for me to document what I'm doing, because there'll be business stuff on there, but then there'll be like my mate fucking in a state in a rave that we're at or something. Like, do you know, it's just more so like my life, not what's going on, if that makes sense.
Okay, cool. So mine was just straight Instagram anyway. I think mainly because of the simplicity, right? I mean, with YouTube, it's like you've got to get the confidence to get the camera out, you know, record yourself, etc. Instagram, just snap a photo, write a caption, post it. So pretty much, Instagram's my biggest platform. It's where I'm most active at. But I am going to step into YouTube eventually.
Yeah, definitely. I think you should.
I mean, I think one thing I've learned lately is, do you follow Sam Evans?
Sam Owens?
Evans.
No. I've seen a lot of his stuff, but
he's very much like about the whole thing of like, you don't need Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc. to build a business.
Yeah.
Now he's right? But for me, it was like, if I didn't have my Instagram, that's my lifeline, right? I mean, if I need to make money, I just go onto my Instagram, like, you know. So without my Instagram, I'd probably be working a job.
Yeah.
But he has got a point. So right now I'm more focused on paid traffic, getting really good at ads, etc., than being super active on social media.
Okay. And what sort of what's your experience with ads now?
Oh, honestly, I might as well say zero. It's not zero, but I might as well say zero, because in January last year, that's when I first got introduced to, you know, you can run ads, etc., etc. And if I'm being honest, I never even knew you could. Right, and it sounds stupid, but I don't think many people realize you actually can run ads whenever you want to whoever you like.
Yeah.
So January last year was when I got kind of introduced to it through just like a YouTube video, and I played around with it to grow my Instagram.
Okay.
And I didn't take it serious. I just like threw a couple of ads together, a couple of ideas, put a bit of money into it, and honestly, I was a little bit shocked, because at the time I was on like 45k or whatever, and I got the 50k pretty much organically, and I run this ad, and I spent £10 and I gained like 1,000 followers, organic as well. Now, this isn't like buying followers off a website. This is legit ads. I spent £10 and I had 1,000 followers, people I targeted, which is quite like, I mean, that's not common. I don't think you can do that anymore. I think Facebook a little bit more clamped down, but that's when I got introduced to ads.
Okay, cool. And it was primary just to grow your Instagram.
Yeah, just not because I really needed to at the time. It was just like,
it was just a test, see.
Yeah, it was like, I've got like £10, like let me just try it. You know what I mean? And it worked.
And you now obviously using ads to to obviously advertise your actual business now as well.
Well, will be. So,
Okay.
you know, long. So basically, you're into SMMA, right?
Yeah.
Now, I got into SMMA in February, you know, last year. So I got into it, and I was like, you know, I think like most people do that. Or if I close one client, I just boom, I've got 1K.
Yeah.
It was that type of mentality. So I learned everything I could about it. Got a course, learned about it. Got a client for like £800.
What course did you do?
6-figure SMMA E-Mans.
E-Man's one, okay.
Yeah.
Right,
so
okay.
I did this course.
Would you rate it out of 10 for me? Because I've not done it.
Oh shit, it's complete.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8.
Yeah, okay, wicked.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8. But yeah, I'd give that a solid 8. But anyway, I did it, went through it. I went out, got my first client for £800. So if there's any US, you know, viewers, that's like $1,000, something like that. Anyway, I got one. I was like, cool. It was a restaurant. It was an Italian restaurant, and I was gonna run the paid traffic for him. But here's where I fucked up majorly. See, all I cared about was the money.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got no money. If I get one person to pay me, I just made £800. I was like, easy. So I went through the course. And I literally did not care in the slightest bit about the paid traffic part.
Okay.
All I cared about was selling. And that's a good thing and a bad thing.
And
I heard a lot
results.
about selling, but I couldn't deliver.
Right.
So
yeah.
I get the
and
client.
And that is one thing that, because I've done a couple of different courses, and obviously, yeah, you watch a fucking 1,000 YouTube videos and without even noticing. But that is one thing that everyone is just like. Everyone's like, oh, get the client, learn how to do it after. But, you know, when you're actually in that position and you just get a client and then you're like, shit, I actually need to get them results now, because you don't just want to get that first payment off them. You want it to be a monthly recurring payment. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, so I kind of, in the course, he kind of goes over. Honestly, I think that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think the most lacking part in there is the delivering results part.
Okay.
So the whole course has huge emphasis on getting clients. And if you go through that course and you can't get a client, there's something wrong with you. But I do think it needs a little bit more added in on the delivering results part.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, not to blame it on the course by any means. It was just, I could have learned that anywhere else. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get the client and I'm like, I had the basics from the course of how to deliver, like, do this, do that, do that. So the first thing I did, I was like, okay, let me try this, let me try this thing, let me try that. And I went to the meetings with him, everything closed him, it was great. I started running the ads. And you get that feeling when you run the ad and you're like, boom, I'm going to make this client like thousands. Like, I'm going to make him thousands. You're like, oh, sick. The money's in your account and you're like, oh, you know, I'm going to like 3-4x the amount he gave me.
Yeah.
He's going to pay me again next month. And then you get your ego starts inflating so quickly. And then you're like, oh, that's one. Let me get another one next week. Or I'll get another one the week after. I'll get another one the week after. I'm going to get them all to like 10, 20K a month, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the ad, like, and honestly, it wasn't entirely my fault with the ads part. He was a bit of a shit business owner and hard work, right? But anyway.
So, in the way that you're talking, you're no longer doing it.
Oh, fuck. No, so basically, he was like, I had it, and it was harsh, like, as in, not harsh as in, it hit me hard, like.
Yeah.
Because, and honestly, didn't give me enough time, because I'm not dumb. I would have worked it out, in a week, in like 3 weeks or whatever, but through testing and stuff like that. But it was only like, I swear to God, I must be the worst guy for SMA in the world. But I got a text about 7 days in saying, I no longer want to continue with this.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, wow. I was like, I'm at my first payment. I'm like, I've just been dropped in 14 days or whatever it was.
But they paid you the full £800, whatever it was.
No, I didn't even get the full 800. I got half of it.
Right, okay.
So it was like, it hit me hard. And I think, at the time I was 17, right? So
yeah,
I tell people this, I'm like, I think it was due to immaturity. And then they say to me, and they're like, yeah, but like in December, so I turned 18 last month. And they're like, oh, yeah, but in December you were 17 and you closed someone for like 600 a month, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but you don't realise in entrepreneurship you can be 26 and still be too immature for it.
Yeah, 100%.
right? It's not.
100%.
It's people don't understand what type of maturity I'm talking about.
Mm.
It's like a different type of maturity.
Yeah.
I was way too immature for it. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. In a sense, I just dived straight in, and a lot of people stress that. Just do it. And I agree. I mean, I think I learned a lot from just doing it. But anyway, after that.
And what you got to think is, like you said, by failing at that point, you now know that you would never do something like that, and of course you learn it's a process.
Exactly. And I mean, it was because of the immaturity. It was not. I didn't have that thing in the mind to be like, yeah, you fucked up. It's because you didn't know this. Learn it, then do it again. Yeah. It was like that. Oh, I'm not doing it now.
It was just like that. This isn't for me, sort of thing.
I'm not doing it anymore. And it wasn't that type of like. It wasn't like I sat down. And I was like, came to the conscious decision that I'm not doing this anymore. It was just when you just stop doing something like cut your fingers, you stop.
Yeah.
I just stopped. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. And then that's when I fell then back into the personal branding side of things.
So how was that sort of transition? Because obviously I'm pretty sure like I come across you on Instagram when you was doing like just fitness content.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so how have you sort of, obviously the SMA was in between, but how has that sort of transitioned from that fitness, because I've had fitness account and then I made a new account and I was like, I'm going to keep that as fitness, but then everything still goes into one for me.
Yeah, the transition, honestly, I think the hardest part of the transition was the lack of engagement and losing followers. That was hard because I built this huge following organically through posting fitness.
Yeah.
And I was at the point where I was getting some of my photos got 9k likes.
Okay. Yeah.
Not bought, nothing. It's just pure organic. Like I got a photo on my feed with like 800,000 views. Right. I mean, so I was up at the point averaging like 5k likes, 4k, whatever it was. And then the minute I stopped posting topless photos with a pump looking shredded, etc., and started posting photos of me in regular clothes, just with a caption talking about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It went from like 4,000 likes, hundreds and thousands of views, to 800 likes, which is a huge difference, right?
Yeah.
I was at the point where I had a 50,000 following and I had 10,000 story views.
Yeah.
10,000 to 3,000.
Oh.
Like
major
crazy.
Drop.
And that was hard because that was like,
especially when you're literally transitioning from something and you're thinking, oh, is this the right thing, is this, and you're literally seeing that numbers. But that's why I think social media is fucked up in a sense, because I had the same with clients where they come and they're like, oh, like I'm not gaining followers, and you always have that. I always revert back to that. 100 followers where one's going to buy from you, or 10 followers where every single one's going to buy from you. But obviously you can now say that with less followers you're earning double the amount of money or triple the amount of money.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I knew what I knew now when I was in fitness, I'm confident I'd be doing multiple six figures.
Okay.
Because
within the fitness industry.
Within the fitness.
Okay.
Because you got to think, right? I can generate so many leads from my Instagram right now, right? With the engagement low, everything like that, right? I can generate so many. I can make so many sales on Instagram right now. If I knew what I knew when I had 10,000 story views, shit. I'd be easily doing six figures, easily. And I have literally, whenever I get a bad, like this happened like 2 months ago, I had a bad month where I was not motivated, I couldn't do anything. And it instantly hit me, oh wow, just go back to fitness.
Yeah.
Oh, just go back to fitness. Because it was like, all I gotta do is take my top off. Like, if I go post a photo, if I post a photo right now with my top off, I'll get 4,000 likes again.
Mm.
So it's that thing of, I know I could easily go back to fitness. And everything would go back up. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, but that's what I want to do because it sounds nice and, I'd have more money. But I'm like, but I know that I wouldn't have made that transition if I wanted to be there.
Yeah, completely.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like I've just got to, stick it out and build it back up to that 10,000 story views, but in a different niche. So it is what it is.
You saying that it's mad because I actually went from... I went from working in an office to literally being like, I want to be a PT. I want to be a PT. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to be a PT. And I done my PT qualification while I was still working there. Like on my lunches, staying there after work, doing that sort of thing. And then I was just, I was going to work, weren't doing any of my actual work, and I was just applying for jobs. And I ended up getting a job in a gym literally round the corner from me.
Okay.
And I was there for, about 3 years. And honestly, like, I could have retired there. Like, it was one of those situations where, I wasn't making any ridiculous money, but in the same sense, what you said is, if I would have known what I know now, like, I would have dominated that. But I left there. When was it? I think it was like March last year that I left there, and I was just like, boom. But when I like first went there, originally I made a YouTube video about it as well, like me saying like, oh, I'm so happy being in the gym, like this is what I want to do. Like working in the gym, being in the gym all day for me at that point was like fucking hell. I obviously left, and now, a couple of months ago I was looking back and I was like, fuck, like, did I make the right decision by leaving the gym? Like, it was so it was so blessed. It was, it's a 5-10 minute journey away from there. Like, everyone knew me there. Like, it was just, and I was just like, I fucked it by doing this. But like you said, everything happens for a reason, I think.
True.
So,
and it's one of those things where it's like, for example, let's say you decide, at some point, like, actually, I do want to go back.
But they've already been calling me up, asking me to come back as well.
But that's my point.
So,
you can go back, and what did you say? You said if you were still there, you'd dominate?
Yeah.
So you can go back and dominate at any time. And I'm very confident that if for some reason I did feel as if I have made the wrong decision, changing to what I've changed to, then I know I can go straight back, take what I knew then, and keep doing what I did then, and take what I've learned now and go back and make it even better again. So, I mean, if that happens, it happens, right? But right now, I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, with fitness, I think if something was going to happen, I think I would partner with someone in the fitness niche.
Okay.
They could do all the, take the top off, blah, 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 post all the gym shit. And I would be the one who would show them how to sell, show them how to market, etc. And go like a 50-50 type of thing. I think I would maybe do that, but I can't see me going back and being the fitness influencer again.
Yeah. But that's cool though. It shows how you've sort of developed as well as a person. Because at one point I don't know if that's like, do you feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like when I first originally made like my first Instagram account, which was literally just documenting sort of like my fitness progression, I don't know if it was me that I was just sort of oblivious to these other accounts and stuff, but when I first started it, I feel like there wasn't that much else of that guy a lot around, but like now I feel like it's just everywhere. Like, fitness content is just everywhere. It's just dominating. Same with business stuff.
The thing. I feel as if I was decently good in that niche, stepping away from what everybody else was doing. So, for example, I started my account, and I'm not going to say their names, but I can, I know the names, right? I started the account the same time as about 6 other people, right? And we all like 2,000-3,000 followers each. And I don't know what it was, but so I don't know about you, but I'm competitive, right? But there's different levels of competitive. You've got some people who just want to win in everything. Like, if you say, I could throw this bottle further than you can, they get pissed if they can't throw it further than you. I'm not that person. I'm only competitive in things I actually like.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're like, oh, do you want to, can you bench press this? If I don't care about strength training, I don't care if you beat me.
Yeah, same with me, yeah.
I genuinely don't care. So anyway, Instagram, I cared about. All right, I cared about. And they were all on the same level as me. I was on the same level as them. We started at the same time. And I seen one of them, and he was like slowly creeping up, growing his following. And that pissed me off. I was like, this guy's physique isn't better than me. He's nowhere near stronger than me. I was like, his captions are not better than me. I was like, I can do better than him.
Yeah.
And I became really competitive. And we were in this group. And all I cared about was beating all of them, getting more likes, getting more followers, etc. Now that I think of it, it's kind of stupid. But at the time, I cared about it. And I ended up, like, I talk about market research, right? All I did was study fitness accounts every day. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he not doing? What's he doing? And just started taking bits and pieces from all of them. And I was going up, I think I got to the point where I was going up about 7,000, 8,000 followers a month organically.
Right, and that's just simply by almost like not replicating people's content, but actually seeing what's doing well, and then obviously putting your own twist and stuff
taking it, twisting it, making it my own.
Yeah.
And I just seen it going up. And I remember it was this one point, and this guy in the group, he hit like the same following as me, right? So we were on par. We were at about 30,000 each. And I was like, oh, he's caught up to me. I was like, no, fuck this. I ended up hitting 40k like in the next like 4 weeks. And he was on like 31,000. I was like, whoa, man, why gonna flow with you? So now I'm starting. It takes a while for me to have that flame.
Yeah.
Right. But that flame is starting to come within me in entrepreneurship. And I'm very confident, even though I'm seeing loads of people in my circle way above me right now, right? Way above me, killing me right now.
Yeah.
Their work ethic is demolishing me right now. I've got this flame, and I know that the minute that flame ignites, I'm going to wipe the floor with all of them.
Love it. So before I move on to like the actual questions and stuff that I've written down and stuff, I know obviously you said you now do personal branding, but if you could, obviously someone that's never heard of personal branding are going to be like, what the fuck is that? So if you could just sort of explain what is it you actually do on like a day-to-day, or sort of outline your services, especially if anyone's interested.
Okay, so personal branding is, in summary, is just marketing yourself as a brand, right? But if you want me to put it super simple for you, even though this isn't the definition, this is basically what people class as personal branding nowadays.
Yeah.
It's basically, so here's how I like to do it. I'm all about, so my kind of like statement type of thing is I'll turn your name into a business by using your current knowledge, right? So what I mean by that is this. The only way really you can grow on social media, if you so to have like a following that actually care about you, will buy from you, like your photos, etc., is to provide value, right? But most people come to me and they go, "But what value do I have to provide?" Right? And it sounds stupid, but it's like in a way,
but it is true though, because if
it's a legit question, right? Like, what value do I have to provide? And I've said it myself, and I always tell people this. It's super simple. Knowledge, right? Knowledge is valuable, right? And whether you think you want it or not, you do want it, and you look for it on a daily basis subconsciously, right? So then people say, okay, well, what knowledge do I have to provide? So this is all I tell them to do. Have you got a passion? Have you got an interest? Or have you got a hobby? They're like, yes. Then you have knowledge. For example, let's say you like playing football. That's your passion. You play football every single day. If you do that for a month, are you going to gain a foundation of knowledge in football?
Yeah.
Of course. So what I tell them to do is I tell them to go on Instagram, go on Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is, start sharing that knowledge. You know, top 3 tips on kicking the ball, or, you know, my top 5 things not to do, you know, being a goalkeeper or whatever it is, right? This applies for fitness, fashion, music, art, it doesn't matter, right? So you start putting your knowledge out in the form of content. Right, that's pretty much building a personal brand, and then you start offering paid products and services to give people even more of your knowledge. That's literally personal branding. You're growing an audience by providing your value, sharing your knowledge, etc., and then you're selling to your audience through selling products and services. So literally, that's personal branding in a nutshell.
Wicked, cool. And so, what do you offer as a service, like throughout personal branding now then?
So for me right now, let me give you a little backstory. So in a way, it's kind of like, you got options, right? So say now I said to you, your goal is to make 1,000 this month, right? What would be quicker? You go out, you find someone who really needs what you offer, and you get them to pay you £400, and you get 3 people to do that. Or you spend a week putting a digital product together, right? That's going to cost £10. And then go try find, 100 people who want it. What's going to be quicker?
The first one.
Right, exactly, right? So in my head, 2 or 3 months ago, I was like, I need to make a bit of money just to have money in my bank account. So I was like, what am I going to do? I was like, let's coach. So I started charging like 300 a month, like £20 an hour £97 an hour, £197 an hour. Now I'm on £297 an hour, right? So that's what I was doing. But now I'm still I'm not in that stage anymore where I'm like, I'm desperate for money type of thing, right?
Right.
So right now I'm working on my training business, putting out the membership group, putting out a playbook, stuff like that. But in the meantime, I still coach, and coaching will be, I guess you could say, my most higher ticket offer, right? Yeah. So right now I offer coaching, and it's the Owen coaching program, and right now it's £1,000 a month. But for people who get on a call with me, I can work out some sort of offer with them. And it's basically an hour of coaching each week. You know, access to my personal numbers. You can ask me whatever you want, whenever you want. It's my duty, my obligation to answer you. Now, that doesn't sound great, right? An hour of coaching each week for £600,000 a month. But it's what you get in the hour. For example, let's say you want to go into coaching SMMA. Call number 1. I'd give you my DM scripts, I'd give you my email scripts, I'd give you my sales scripts. My DM scripts literally get anybody in your niche, whatever it is, right, on a call with you. Guaranteed. You'll DM, say 10 people, 9 people are going to answer you, right? Yeah. And you'll probably get 4 on a call with you. My sales script is there so you can close them on your coaching. Now, I work with people who want to close high-paying students, for anywhere between 400 to 1,000 a month, right? So that's where you get call number 1. And then we set a goal of, you know, how many people you want to close within that week. The average right now is someone closes a 400 per month student in 4 days, which is not bad.
No,
the best one is someone's gone from 0 to 2,788 to be specific in 3 weeks. Right, so that's where you get call number 1. Call number 2 is Instagram story lead generation. All right. Mm-hmm. So that's basically, I show you how to utilize your Instagram story to generate a ton of leads to come on calls with you so you can close them. Call number 3 is my Facebook strategies. I show you how to generate leads through Facebook, etc., how to close people through Facebook. And then call number 4 is I help you put a funnel together. It's a 3-step funnel so you can get reoccurring income. You can sell a lower ticket product and you can sell a higher ticket product or coaching, for example. Now, that isn't what I give everybody.
Yeah.
Right. That's the majority of people who come to me, but depending upon what the person wants, we customize the calls, etc., to suit them, to get them to their goal. But that's what I offer right now, and I've got a membership coming out this month that's got like a little mini course on all of this in it, and I've got a playbook coming out this month which shows people how to build and grow their social media following and get paid by their audience.
Cool. And just with that being said about the coaching calls, who is sort of like your, should I say, like target audience at the minute, or should I say audience? Who's actually
social
coming
media
to
marketers or personal trainers?
And personal trainers.
Yeah, because I think honestly, I have stepped into other niches. So I stepped in. So I'm coaching someone right now who's an Instagram growth coach, and the one that went from 0 to 2,788 was actually an Instagram growth coach. Okay. But I kind of like to slot that into the marketing side of things because it kind of is.
Yeah, of course.
But right now my niche is mainly SMMA and personal trainers, just because it's very easy to get them results, and that's what I'm most confident at. But if someone does want help with music, art, or fashion, or whatever it is, I can try, and I would probably like discount everything massively and offer a money back guarantee just in case I couldn't deliver.
Yeah, of course.
But personal trainers and SMMA, that's where if you come with me, you are going from 0 to, beyond.
Yeah, wicked. Let's try. Let me move on to some of the questions and that as well. So, firstly, what sort of motivates you? What sort of, there's a reason that me and you are on this call right now. There's people that fucking get home from work or they've got, I shouldn't say no drive, but there's people that don't do anything like this. What has made you in this position right now? Like you said, you're young, man, as well. You say you're still 18 now?
Just turned 18.
Just turned 18?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
See, even that, right? If I knew, I mean, it was in my head when I was 18, it was, was I even personal training then? No. Maybe like when I was 18, I was like, that's when I was on like, I want to be a personal trainer, and my whole focus was on that. So, what's sort of motivating you towards your goal now?
Honestly, I think it's a very deep question, right? And I mean, you can sit there and come up with things like, it's this, or it's family, or it's this, or it's that. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't know, all right?
Wicked. I love that.
And when you know, right, this is so, right now I'm not chasing something because I don't know what I'm chasing.
Yeah.
But when I know what I'm chasing, that's when that flame's going to ignite.
Yeah.
See, I mean, anybody can sit there and go, so I was to buy my mother a car, or so I was to provide for this. But you're going to fucking say that.
Yeah, of course.
Right? I mean, that's what everybody
that's
says.
The norm.
And I'm not going to sit here and say the cliche thing now. Everybody's saying this. My goal is to help 500 people this year and all this shit, right? I mean, everybody's saying that as well. I'm not going to sit here and say anything because I don't know. Right? But when I do know, I leave everybody know. And when I do know, that's probably when I'm going to surpass everybody else. Because if I'm being honest, I think 99.9% of people who say they do know have no fucking idea.
Yeah, and they're just fucking saying it for the point of it, to be fair.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think the thing that gets you into it is money. That's a fact for everybody. The thing that gets you into it is money. Why I keep doing it, I don't know. Because I could just go get a job.
Yeah.
So it can't be the money, right?
So is it almost the freedom? In a sense?
I don't even think it's the freedom.
No?
Nah. Because never growing up was I don't want to work a 9 to 5 because I want freedom. I was never like that.
Yeah.
So I genuinely do not know. Maybe it's a combination of it all. I don't know. Maybe it is because I want to change. So a big element, obviously, is to provide value, change lives, and make an impact. That's why I had it tattooed on my forearm, right? But the main reason why I had that tattooed on my forearm is because I think the only way to live a good life is to provide value, change lives, and make an impact. Otherwise, you're going to have a pretty shitty life. Right? And the only way to build a business, because that is what I want to do, I want to build a business, is to provide value, change lives, and make an impact. There's no successful business on earth, right, that doesn't do that, right? So that's why I wanted it tattooed on my forearm. But I think there's an even deeper meaning to why I'm trying to do whatever I'm trying to do, but I don't know what it is.
Wicked. No problems. Right, so next one would be sort of going into... outside of Instagram, but still within your phone. I use a lot of different apps to sort of get me through the day. So is there any apps that you would sort of recommend to anyone that you use sort of on a daily basis, or it's completely out of the norm, whether it's anything to do with your business or...
I would use... So first of all, if you meditate, use Calm.
Calm?
Calm. C-A-L-M. Do you use Calm?
I don't, nah.
No, I'm not Calm. Headspace.
Headspace. Yeah, I've heard Headspace before, yeah.
Do you meditate?
I don't, to be honest, no.
No? Okay, right.
I should, I'm not going to lie, I should.
I mean, I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, sitting there, it's painful. But afterwards, you feel pretty good. Like, I mean, I did it earlier for like 11 minutes.
Yeah.
But I use the app Calm, is C-A-L-M, on the App Store. It's like a 7-day free trial, and then it's like £30 for like a full year. All right, so it's not too bad. Helps me personally. I have a lot of mental clarity after. But yeah, I recommend that if you meditate. Secondly, Trello. Do you use Trello?
What, Trello board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I use Trello because it's just easy to like, this is what I'm doing today, this is my week's goals, etc. It's just, for the people who don't know what it is, it's just basically a full board.
And sorry, just to jump in, do you use that for a team, or is it just for you?
For myself.
Independent. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because that's what Trello is built for, right? It's predominantly for team.
For like a team, I think. Yeah. I mean, I use it
because I've used it with like outsourcers and stuff like that.
I just use it so I can literally just have a full map basically in front of me of exactly what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
The other ones I would recommend is, that's a good one, Alarmy.
I've got that.
Right?
I've got that.
That's what I use. You can't, right? I struggle with this.
That's literally what I recommend to pretty much anyone and everyone when they say about apps.
I'm terrible waking up. Really bad.
To really dive into it even further, because if someone's never used it and then they jump in and use the app, what one do you use like out of all of the options?
Honestly, I just use standard.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So it's
what's
weird,
the standard
right?
one? The shake, I think, isn't it?
No, just standard.
What's the point? What's the point of having it?
No, I know that, right? Listen, right? So basically, I found that it's a lot louder than just the normal iOS thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So if you go onto the just Apple alarm clock,
Yeah.
it is not as loud as Alarmy.
Really?
Like, Alarmy rings a fucking house
Yeah,
down.
no,
Right?
it does. It does.
And the reason why I don't do, like, the scan a barcode type of thing is this, right? Not because I get it sounds stupid when you could just use a normal alarm thing, right? But this is the reason why. So basically, I try waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning. My mother wakes up at like 7:30 before she goes to work. My brothers wake up at like 7:30 and that before they go to school, right? My father's up, he's up at like fucking 4 in the morning, he is, right? But anyway, they're up at like 7:30, wherever. So if I go scan like something downstairs to get me out of bed to, leave my room, for example, they're all going to wake up.
Right, yeah.
So that's why I don't do it. So someone said to me the other day, well, why don't you just scan something in your room? And I'm like, because then what's the purpose? I'm still in my room.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I might as well just have the standard alarm. So that's why I have it, but mainly it's just because it's a lot louder than anything else.
Fair play. Yeah, funny enough, I actually cut a label out of something, and it's in like my drawer in the kitchen, so you have to like open it and scan it. But I used to be fucking terrible at waking up, especially when my bird's like in bed, and I'm just like I'd go out, scan it, and then just fucking get back in bed, and then like another alarm goes off like half an hour later, and I'm like shit.
Yeah.
But it's just cool.
And the only other one would be on desktop, laptop, and if you haven't got it, use it. It's called Flux.
Flux,
right. So, in the night.
Are you on Mac or Windows?
I'm on Mac right now, but I think it works on Mac. I think it works on everything. Right?
Is it? Yeah, go on. Sorry.
So it's basically this, right? When you sit down and you watch telly in the night, you're looking at. So it's a big, not fad, but like trend right now. Blue light. There we are, right? So it's basically,
I read that.
So basically, on your Mac or desktop or whatever it is, it literally controls the light and turns it to that orange light and adjusts it throughout the day naturally for you.
Right. So it actually goes down throughout the day?
Yeah, exactly. So say now you said that you're like London time and your bed, you go to sleep at like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. or whatever time you go to sleep. It's basically going to adjust it throughout the day for you, to help you have your optimal sleep when you go to sleep at your normal time.
Okay.
I use it, helps a lot. So like my screen right now is slightly tinted orange, and I haven't done nothing, it's just done it.
It does it automatically.
Just automatically.
Yeah, that's sick. I might have to download that, to be fair. Wicked. Next one, sort of, obviously I see you put up a lot of things about books and stuff like that. I won't bore you and say like, give me your top whatever, but maybe your top 2 books, maybe if you had to recommend 2 books, not even I was about to say not even within your niche, but I suppose they all do the same fucking thing, don't they?
I'm gonna struggle naming 2.
One man if you need to.
No, like.
Oh right, okay.
Right,
sorry.
I would say first of all, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay, cool.
Have you got that?
I have got that, yeah.
Right, Think and Grow Rich. That's like a life-changing book. That's like the type of book you read. Anybody can read it. Don't have to be in business, and you're just gonna have an instant, epiphany. Is that what it's called?
Epiphany, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Right. Next one, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay, cool.
That's insane. If you want to get better with your money, spending habits, etc., learning more about money, that's a good one. If you want to get good at marketing, selling, stuff like that, I'd get .com Secrets by Russell Brunson.
Yep.
Big one for selling. Next one, Sales, Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Right, if you want to get better at sales, Wolf of Wall Street. And the next one is the one I recently just bought called Psycho-Cybernetics.
Okay, yeah, I see. I've seen a couple of people putting it up recently, to be fair.
Insane. I'm only on like chapter 4. It's basically about your self-image. It basically goes on about how you can only be successful and you can only accomplish certain things if you change your self-image.
Yeah.
Right, so it's basically, if you want to be a 6-figure earner or 7-figure earner or an 8-figure earner, your self-image has to match the goal, otherwise you can never hit it.
Yeah.
Right, so it goes into kind of like, say now you feel like shit throughout the day and you're depressed or you're sad or whatever. It helps you understand why you're depressed, why you're sad, and how to reverse it.
Right, okay.
It's a pretty good book. I mean, I'd read it. And the reason I picked it up because I was like, I want to hit this level. And I was like, why can't I hit it? And I read it and I was like, now I understand why I can't hit it. And now I'm slowly starting to understand how to reverse it so I can't hit the level I want to be at. Shit. It's just basically my self-image and the way I think and the way I believe doesn't represent what it should to be a 6-7 figure earner.
Yeah, of course. And the same sort of principles within like the think and grow rich sort of same.
It is, but this goes in way further, like way more in depth, helps you understand it on a whole new level. And one interesting thing I learned in it was this, and they did this study, and basically your mind can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality.
I think I was in that live chat when you was talking about that the other day. Yeah, go on, please.
It literally cannot tell the difference between fantasy and reality. So you can make yourself believe, like it's crazy it sounds, you could make yourself believe you're like a cat. Like, you literally could, right? It sounds crazy. So they did this study thing, and they basically had like a hot metal rod, and they had a bunch of college students. And I don't know if they did actually touch some people with it, but what they did anyway was they did this test through speaking to these college students and, you know, really putting it in their mind, right, that they were about to be touched by this hot rod, that they said, we're touching you, all right? They weren't even touching them, and the college students were screaming in pain.
Right.
And they weren't even being touched.
Yeah.
Right? They just got made to believe that they were being touched with a hot rod, but they weren't. And they were screaming, all right? So it goes into kind of like, if you can make someone believe they're in physical pain, then you can make someone you can make someone believe that they can be successful. Yeah. You can make someone believe that they can lose weight. You can make someone believe that they deserve to be a 7-figure earner. Right? So it goes into how you make yourself believe or you want to believe. So if you want to make yourself believe that you can be the most powerful man on earth, right, then you can make yourself believe that. But what happens is this. We have something called a success mechanism. And it's basically when we believe a certain thing, our body naturally starts taking action towards it.
Yeah.
So if you make yourself believe you deserve or you could be a 7-figure earner, then your body will start taking the actions required to be a 7-figure earner.
Yeah, completely.
So that's why I'm doing it, because I was like, I need to like start doing more of what I know I should be doing. I was like, so if I can control my self-image and my thoughts and make myself believe that I can be a 6-7-figure, multiple 7-figure earner, then I'll start taking more of the action that I need to take to be.
Wicked. Completely. Same with I read. I read. I might as well tell you this while we talk about apps and stuff. I've been using that Blinkist. I don't know if you heard of it. You should check it out, man. It's quite good. It's you can basically go on there. It's an app, and you can go on to books and stuff like that. A lot of the books that we.
Is it like skim, like fast read them?
Yeah. But you can do like an audio version of it as well. So it will give you
cool.
It will give you like a minute Blinkist of a chapter, and it will just give you.
Cool.
It is good because you can, like what you said about the meditating. Like I'd try and now wake up and do one of these, which is obviously it's a lot different to sitting and actually reading a book, but. Yeah, it does help because I read that 5 a.m. club the other day, and it's since then I've just been like, I wanted it's just my thing that I'm just like, if I wake up at 5 a.m. every day, or at least try to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, then the difference will be fucking mad.
Massive.
And even with that, since I've started to incorporate it, it's just like the other day I'd been to the gym, edited 16 videos. Applied to 20 jobs.
That's crazy.
And started doing Instagram outreach, and had got to that to the warehouse by like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, huh? I mean, by 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening, I was fucked. But my body,
right?
But my body also isn't used to that routine.
But that's the thing. When it hits 6 o'clock and you're fucked. What time do you normally go to sleep? 11, 12?
Oh, mate, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why for me as well, I'm like, if I hit this now on the head, then everything will come into place, because I've always been like the worst fucking night owl. Like on my laptop doing like blah blah blah. I used to work at the gym, get home from the gym at 10 o'clock at night, where I'd have like late clients, and then I even do it now, especially with what I'm doing, is I work at the minute for this warehouse as well. This is what's fucking draining me at the minute, is that I work from 7 till 5 there, which is a long old fucking day.
Yeah.
It's a long old fucking day, right? And to go from working 7 till 5, coming home and trying to sit on your laptop and work, and like I said, and also have a missus as well, and just try and keep everything insane. It's just like, how the fuck do certain people balance it? But the getting up at 5 is definitely going to help. So
100%. And I mean, I think it's like you said, by 6 you were fucking, gone. Like, what happens is, I think when you're fucking gone at 6, you might then, first of all, you've got the rest of the night to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Right? Second of all, say now you find that you fall asleep at 10. So you're gone at 6 and you fall asleep at 10, right? Or 11 to be more realistic. Say 11, right?
Yeah.
Chances are, if you keep waking up at 5 a.m. every morning, you're going to keep falling asleep at 11 p.m. every night.
Yeah.
Right? So now you've got this lovely routine. You're getting everything done. You're going to sleep at the same time every single night. You're awake at the same time every single morning. And you're getting everything you need to get done in the day. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Just to jump on that little bit, because obviously, like we said, we've both sort of been within the fitness industry as well. Do you track sleep? A random question.
No, I don't, and I've been looking at buying and I've stopped myself because it's a trend again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
What are you gonna say? Like the belt or something? Or
No, the ring.
The ring. Oh no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So
who did you see doing that? Like Lauren.
What's that?
Who was that? Like Lauren Tickner.
No, you know Aura Ring?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, Aura Ring. E-Man's running the paid traffic for him.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so basically, he announced that it's his client and shit, right? And E-Man's got a ton of bum boys, right?
Yeah.
Like a ton of bum boys, right? And they get so offended if you say anything, right?
Yeah.
So basically, a bunch of E-Man's like minions as like bum boys, they were like smashing it on their story that they just bought an Aura Ring because it was his client, right?
Right.
So now it's like starting a spread. It's like everybody wants an Aura Ring. And I was going to buy one because, I was like, no.
Yeah, it's like,
no.
No.
Even though I think it's very beneficial, alright, in my head, and I probably will get something to track my sleep because I'm starting to learn more that is important.
Yeah.
But I was just like thinking to myself, I was like, everybody's getting the Aura Ring, not because of how good the Aura Ring is, but because everybody's getting an Aura Ring.
Yeah.
I was like, so there must be something else out there equally as good or better that nobody's talking about because everybody's caught up in the Aura Ring.
That you
so I was like,
fucking
exactly. So I was like, I'm not going to buy an Aura Ring. I'm just going to, I might end up buying it if it turns out to actually be the best, right? Yeah. But I'm not going to buy it until I find out for sure.
You're not just going to do it because everyone else is, sort of thing.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
It's like me, because I feel like iWatch and stuff. I think you can do it with that, but I don't get how fucking people sleep with a watch on. So
yeah, I can sleep with a watch on.
I can't do that.
I mean, I can get how you can sleep with a ring on.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I went through a weird stage, man. Like before, I couldn't wear a watch, and then all of a sudden, I had to have like the biggest watch ever. on my, and then I'd feel naked if I didn't have one. So it's weird. Right. Okay. Let's jump into next sort of thing. Is you briefly just sort of said something about it. I didn't want to go into it then, but ClickFunnels. What's sort of your experience? I think you said about that you run through it with people within some of your coaching calls or something like that.
Yeah.
What is your? I know you also obviously said you read .com Secrets. I haven't read .com Secrets. I am actually like halfway through Expert Secrets. Just because I keep flicking back. But yeah, what's sort of your experience with funnels? Because I personally have not done anything with funnels as of yet. I've designed some, but I personally haven't used them to the extent that I obviously will be.
So in terms of actually making like a shit ton of money from it, I haven't, right?
Okay, cool.
But here's why. Mainly because, like I said, the focus was the coaching to put money in the bank, and now it's transitioned to the products and that side of thing.
Yeah.
Now to sell coaching, you can 100% use a funnel. Right, but I've spent the past 3 months focusing on learning how to sell better, making money and stuff, and actually learning about funnels, how they connect, how you can do this to achieve this, how to write copy on landing pages, etc. So I actually know a lot, but it's only this month I'm putting it into action. Right, so we're about to see how much I actually know about them. But I think I know a decent bit. I've spent 3 months thoroughly going through ClickFunnels, going through, Market Hero, which is the email marketing software thing I use, learning how they all connect, etc. etc.
Sorry, just to touch on that, because that was the next one, was cold emails.
Okay.
Do you do anything?
Yeah.
Do you do anything to do with that? No.
No, because I'm going B2C, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going business to business, if I'm an agency and I'm trying to get, say, I don't know, that warehouse as a business so I can run their ads, then I'm going to cold email. But when you're going business to customer is a lot more personal
to Instagram and
right.
Stuff
so
like
I'm not
that,
going to cold email you. I'm going to DM you.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about cold messaging, I've got a lot of experience with it.
Okay, cool. Cold messaging, love that. Do you use any? This I didn't write this down, but do you use any like bots for anything? Out of interest.
Bots. Ooh. So I've never used a bot before, but me and Rainey's, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to get him on here as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we are. So we partnered up on an Instagram growth software, like bots type of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I ended up leaving, kind of the project thing, due to other reasons. I was like, it's not for me, I'm going to move on to someone else. But I didn't have the best results with it. But I'm going to leave everybody, in on this. So if you start seeing my following blow up, you know why, right? So basically, running bots just to your Instagram is the fucking dumbest thing you could do.
Yeah.
And I've only just realized this, right? So it's dumb because Instagram is pretty much a lot smarter than what we actually think it is, right? So it can pick up everything you do. Yeah. And what happens is if you start having a bot on your Instagram doing auto follow and unfollow for you, which I've been doing for the past like 3 months, right?
Oh, you have been, yeah?
On that software we partnered up on.
Yeah.
What happened to test it, right? What happens is,
and was that with this account that you've already had, or was that with like a test account?
No, with my own account I already had.
It was with your account, okay.
So I didn't have much results at all from it, right? But basically what happens is it's doing this follow, auto unfollow. Instagram picks it up and it starts giving your account a bad rep.
Yeah.
Right, naturally. So you start losing
get like the shadow banned and stuff.
Your story views go down. Your reach goes down, which is exactly what's happened to my account. Everything's dropped, right? I didn't know why, but now I know why, right?
Yeah.
So here's the alternative, and here's how everybody you see, even the biggest models in the world accounts, this is literally what they're doing, right? So what you do is this. You set up like 10 different accounts.
Yeah, right? I've found out this.
Yeah, you set up like 10 different accounts, and you call them, say, Ollie fan page 1, Ollie fan page 2, Ollie fan page 3.
Then
right?
you run the bots.
Yeah, they run the bots. And you put your main page username in their bio, and they basically do all the getting the bad rep for you.
Yeah.
And then they feed your main account with legit followers.
Mm-hmm.
So your account got a good rep and a shit ton of followers. But here's the beauty of it. You can create, depending upon what you use, unlimited amounts of accounts.
Yeah.
So say now you've got 1,000 accounts, right? This is overboard. But say now you've got 1,000 accounts going out there doing auto follow, auto unfollow, etc., right? Liking, commenting on all these different people's photos. These 1,000 accounts are going to get profile visits. Your main page username is in the bio of 1,000 accounts.
Yeah.
Imagine the followers you'd get on a daily basis.
Yeah. And imagine if you put 2 and 2 together and you was actually scheduling like content for these other accounts as well, and you was almost mirroring the content.
Exactly. So I was looking
that could be a good thing to think about moving forward.
So,
to be fair.
Yeah. So I was looking into it, and I was like, how much have I got to spend to have like a ton of accounts? Well, basically, all these different ones, all right, charge crazy amounts, right? Because obviously they want to make the highest amount of profit, right? So they're charging like $90 an account a month, which is fucking dumb. It's like if you want 10 accounts, you're doing $900 a month.
Yeah.
That is the dumbest thing ever, right? So I was looking into it, and I was like, how can I do this in a more cost-efficient way, right? Which just makes more logical sense. So I've been looking into a bunch of different things. And one of my guys, the guy who was my student, right, the Instagram growth coach.
The growth hacker.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're working with him. Sorry, yeah, go on. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what he does.
You might have to put me in touch, bro.
I will. So we are currently trying to sort something out between us. It's a bit tricky because it's like, in a way, it's kind of like, I want my followers, but he wants money, but I'm like, I'm not giving you the price
because you're giving them
that
a
you
service
want.
too.
And I'm like, because I literally coached you how to charge that price, right? And then I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
that's like what's the fucking like teaching a man to fish? It's just like,
Yeah,
this
right.
this is how to fish, but you ain't fucking using my rod, bro.
Yeah, use my gift. So I was like, so anyway, we're trying to work something out right now anyway, but in the meantime, I was like, how can I get this going myself?
Yeah.
So I've been looking into it and I found something called Unfollow Liker. So what it is it's literally an Instagram, it's literally a software that you buy outright.
Okay.
So you buy it outright and then you can create all those accounts yourself.
Because most of them I found as well were like PC based. Like most of that sort of software, like you don't really get on Mac, or if you do, they're pretty rubbish.
Yeah. But anyway, Follow Like, I think it's on all of them, right?
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
anyway, it used to be a monthly type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, now it's this is for unlimited Instagram accounts. It's £97 outright, and then it's like £5 a month.
Okay.
Right, which is like less than fucking Netflix, right? So I've got a new student now who's also an Instagram growth coach, and I spoke to him about it, and I was like, look, I'm gonna buy it myself. For me to,
That's the way you gotta do it, man.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna do it myself. I was like, but I want you, I just want you to explain to me. I was like, well, it seems he's my student. He's not exactly gonna charge me, is he?
Yeah.
I was like, I want you to explain to me how it works, like what I gotta do, etc., etc. So what he said was, he was like, you buy it outright, then you start paying for it monthly, but you actually still have to pay more for the accounts. But I was thinking to myself now, is it going to be like $90 a month like all these other ones are charging? But it's actually only 60 pence, I think, an account.
Sick.
Which is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So it's like 60 pence an account, 80 pence or whatever it is, right? And you can buy as many accounts as you want. Okay. So let's say you want to test and you start with 10, right? What's that, like £6?
Yeah.
£6, right? Now, you've got 6 accounts, you've paid £6 for. Now, what you can do is you can Follow Like it does it for you. On these accounts, it does the auto follow, unfollow, auto like, auto comment, etc. You just put your username in the bios of the accounts.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets a little bit more tricky. So this is why it's not as simple as what I thought it was, and I've got to look into it a little bit more. Basically, Instagram knows the same way you set up another account on a totally different phone in your house right now. It's going to connect it to the same IP address.
Yeah.
So if you have 100 accounts on the same IP address, Instagram know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they're going to fuck you up, right?
Yeah.
So what you actually do is you have to buy a proxy so you have different IP addresses.
Right.
And it costs like £3, I think, a proxy. But it's every 3 accounts you need a new proxy.
Right, okay.
So it's a little bit complex, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so 3 accounts, say 60 pence. I don't know what the math is on that. It's like £2.40 or whatever it is, right? So that's £2.40, and then you spend £3 on a proxy.
Right.
So for 3 accounts, you're spending like $5.50 or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and that's a month. So if you get 10 accounts, you're spending like, I don't know, like $25 a month. But is that still a lot better than 99 per account?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then all you've got to do then is learn a little bit more of who you want the accounts to target, etc. So me and my friend, I don't know if you've seen him on my story. Stephen, he's from London.
No, I don't think so. I'll check him out.
Stephen, I said black guy because I mean, he's the only black guy part of my story. So I was like, there we are. So Stephen, anyway.
I've got a mate called Black Dave, and someone heard me before, and I was like, "Oh, you can't call him Black Dave," and I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? It's Black Dave."
yeah, it's my friend. Like, that's what I want. Right, well, anyway, he's only a black guy part of my story. Put it that way. So his name's Stephen, right? I can't even pronounce his second name, right? We've been friends for months now, right? But anyway, he's kind of like in the same type of niche as me, going into coaching, etc., right?
Yeah.
And I said to him, we wanted to kind of keep each other a little bit more accountable. So we were on a call on the weekend, and I came up with this thing. I was like, let's do a challenge, right? So I was like, you've got to close 3 £120 an hour calls this month.
Yeah.
Right, I said, that's for your challenge. And even though I'm working on my membership and stuff like that, and I'm not planning on going out and getting tons of coaching students, he was like, but you've got to get coaching students as well as along with launching your membership. I was like, fuck, okay. So he's like, so you've got to go out and get another 300-600 a month. I was like, fuck, okay, great. So my challenge is to get 3 600 a month, along with the ones I've already got, all right, and launch my membership and stuff like that. And the loser of the challenge buys the follow liker, buys the accounts, buys the proxies, etc.
Okay.
So one of us is going to be buying it, or I don't know, and if we both accomplish the challenge, then we go half. But either way, right? Hopefully, in the next like month, 2 months or so, my account starts growing pretty rapidly from doing so.
Sick, love that. Yeah. So the last thing I got on it was without obviously diving into like your ebook and stuff like that. What tips would you have for Instagram if someone was just literally starting out? Because of obviously the organic following that you did sort of and have built on there.
Honestly, if you want to build an organic following like I did, it's all about catching trends.
Okay.
So if you're in a niche and you see a type of photo blowing up, do it. Yeah.
Have you got any examples of that? Because am I right to think that I've maybe seen you on like one of the I was going to ask you about that as well, like like the old school like shout outs and paid shout outs.
Yeah, I oddly got shouted out last week by a account with like 1.6 million followers, and they took one of my Instagram, my fitness photos, which I thought was really random because I was like, I haven't posted a fitness photo in ages, but yeah, they shout outs. It depends on your niche, right? So I mean, fitness is so easy. Yeah. Like if you can't grow a following to like 20,000 plus in like 3 months on Instagram in the fitness niche, right? You're doing something wrong. Like honestly, it's so easy, right? Because everybody wants to see topless.
Everyone wants to be shredded and fucking flexing
and I mean,
in the gym.
You've just got all the horny gay fuckers then who just go out and find as many.
You say that, yeah. You say that. I've got to jump into this. I said I used to work in the gym.
Yeah.
I'd say that like, he's like one of our best mates. Like he was the manager. Well, we started as sales, and he went on to become the manager. Obviously I've now left the gym, so it's a little bit like oh god, but he we obviously when we was there, like we was all like obviously as personal trainers trying to grow like each other's Instagrams and stuff like that, and obviously with what I'd done, but bro, I'm not even joking you, fuck knows what he's done with his Instagram, but like he'll put up a picture and he would just get like 5 DMs of just random blokes like send me a pic. I'm guessing you must have got that as well with the following that you've got.
Did I get that, bro? I had worse than actually.
But he's just got so many random ones.
So I mean it's easy to grow in that niche, but in terms of, I mean, would you say the majority of your people watching this will be business, fitness? What would you say?
I'll be honest, it'll be from every angle, because like for yourself it is predominantly business, but I plan to have people of all different angles, all different
like a Joe Rogan type of thing.
Yeah, in a sense, but obviously with stuff like you said, I'm only gonna do it with stuff that I'm fucking interested in. So
okay, but I mean in business it's hard to catch on to these trends, right? Because the trend lately has been, let me post those like sketch photos. Have you seen them?
No.
You would have seen them, like the photos where it's like 4 little blocks, and it's like ones where I'm trying to think of one that I've seen now. Do you know Alex Berger?
I've heard of him. Yeah, he's the Amazon FBA and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, let me show so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Clever investor. I hope he's not on private now. Right, there we go. I got it. Trying to find them. Okay, so for example, a lot of people have been posting photos like that.
Oh, right, as in like the caption on top, you mean?
Yeah, all the motivation type shit, right?
Yeah.
So basically, they go viral really easily.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the business niche, if you just want to grow a massive following, then start doing stuff like that. But here's the problem with that. If you want to build a personal brand, you want to make money from your audience, you want to provide a ton of value, that's not going to work, right? Because people want to see you and they want to have the value from you. They don't want to see these photos with captions of people they have no fucking idea who they're from, right? Mm-hmm. So in the business niche, if you want to grow your following, start trends like that. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to do that. Fitness niche, just post transformation photos. Like seriously, Like, I
Yeah.
posted a transformation photo. I had like 8,500 followers on it. Like, I had 8,500 likes, and went up like 4,000 followers overnight.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, people just get obsessive over them. They're
Oh
like,
yeah.
look at this, look at this, and they're like, this guy took roids, this guy's on steroids, etc., etc., and then you just blow up.
Yeah. Transformation pictures are probably what do the best. In terms
Did
of
you
fitness
know
ones.
Facebook have banned it?
Really?
Facebook ads, you cannot post an ad with a transformation photo
Oh shit.
because they work so well that
They
it
don't
fucks
like
everything
it.
up,
Yeah.
bro. They don't like it.
That's
It's literally
that's probably
if
what a
you
Herbalife
read-
lot.
Yeah, if you read their like policy thing, it literally says there no before and after photos.
Oh shit. That's mad. Well, do you reckon that's like within? Imagine if you done like if you was like a construction company or something like that. I wonder if they go in that depth.
I don't know. I don't think you can
That's fucked.
because they just work that well.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
mad.
what I mean? It's like, for example, what sounds better? If I say to you, yeah, one of my students went from 0 to 2,788 in 3 weeks, or yeah, I took my student to 2,788 a month.
Yeah.
What sounds better? The 0 to 2,000, because it's a before and after.
Yeah, and you get to see the journey, stuff like
Exactly.
that. Right. So what was your sort of first online payment? Obviously, you're now fully making money online as your sort of full-time thing. What was your first payment that you ever sort of received through that?
I think it was £20 for an hour call. No. I sold a fitness plan where it was a fitness training program, cliche as fuck. But I sold like a fitness. Yeah, like I sold like a fitness like bodybuilding training plan or whatever. I think I did pretty well actually for my first month ever trying to make money online. I did like £400.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's decent.
It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Most people don't even hit 400 until like months in, right? So it's pretty good. But I did that, and then my first kind of like a coaching thing, I got paid like £20 for like an hour call, and I just helped this guy with his like nutrition or whatever it was. But this was only in like February, January last year.
Sick. So yeah, you're still pretty new to it.
I'm very new. That's what's crazy. I mean, and maybe the same for you. You see a lot of people and you're like, oh, he's my age and he's doing 8k a month. He's my age and he's doing 20k a month. But you don't realise that most of these guys have been selling stuff online since they're like 14.
Yeah, of course. And it does take a certain like what you said before. Like, there's a reason that me and you are on this call. There's a reason that other people are probably watching fucking TV right now. So
no, exactly. So I mean, if you ever, so for the people watching, whoever, you know, look at me or look at you or look at anybody else and think, oh, you know what I mean, he's doing more than me or he's doing better than me or whatever, right? Just think that.
Don't worry about that.
It don't fucking matter. Like, seriously, it doesn't matter. It's like, for all you know, like, I could have been doing it like 6 months longer than you. So, doesn't it make logical sense that I'm ahead of you? 100%. And most of the people that are ahead of me that I compare myself sometimes to, I find out that they've been doing it 3 years before me.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it don't really matter how long they've been doing it, how long you've been doing it, because it could go from 0 to 100 in 30 seconds. So.
In seconds, like that's the thing. Like, for all I know, I could put this membership out. It'd be a massive hit with everybody. I put my ads out. They do really well, and I hit 6 figures in a month. Yeah. How the fuck do I know?
Exactly. How do you know? And the only way you're ever going to find out is if you fucking don't stop and just keep going. Exactly.
Yeah, you do it, and if it doesn't work, then you do something else. Because I can promise you that eventually something's going to work.
Yeah. So, what would you sort of fall back on if you had to?
Fitness, 100%.
Fitness, completely.
100%. If someone said to me right now, Matthew, you have a bill to pay, and if you do not pay it, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter what it is, 1,000, 10,000, whatever, right? I'm going fitness all day long.
Okay.
That's if I couldn't do what I'm currently doing.
Yeah. Because that's another one of your passions.
Yeah. One of my passions, and I know it inside out, and I've been in it. Right? And this is why I love coaching personal trainers. But what's odd is it's not hard, but it's a lot harder to get a personal trainer to pay you than a social media marketer. Why? I think it comes down to the social media marketers already invested in themselves before to get to where they are.
Yeah.
With most personal trainers, yes, they've invested in themselves, but they've invested in themselves to learn more about fitness, not to learn
business.
more about selling.
Yeah.
It's different, right?
And that's what. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if Did you ever do the PT qualification?
Yeah.
Oh, you have done it?
I never. Yeah, I'm qualified personal trainer.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Which is odd because I mean I'm very, very comfortable coaching personal trainers and people in social media marketing. But personal trainers is even easier to get results for, and they're the hardest ones to get on my on coaching, which is frustrating. I'll reach out to them, and it's very hard to get them to come on.
Yeah.
And even though they get a little bit scared sometimes,
I think that is sort of like the ego within being. And in a sense, you know, like you don't see a fucking PT that's like.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like every PT wants to be a PT.
Yeah.
They know
So
they gotta have confidence to be a PT.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to, whenever I'm on a call with a personal trainer, trying to get him on my coaching, I try to become as relatable as possible. So I'm like, look, I'm a personal trainer too, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what you're struggling with, and I know where you want to be. I'm like, I'm a personal trainer myself, and I think a lot of the time when you are a personal trainer, like, and you're talking to one another,
yeah,
it's just instantly you have more of that connection type of thing. Like, oh, you like the same thing as I like, and then they listen a bit more. But it's well frustrating because I can get such easy results for personal trainers and help them get so many students, clients, make so much more money than what they currently are. But it's a pain getting them because most of them just do not want to.
Yeah, as you obviously need to sort of like build up like the testimonial side of that as well.
Yeah, but that's what's crazy. Like my testimonials, I spent all of November and December just trying to build up that proof of concept. Like, let me get so much social proof and so many testimonials that nobody can argue with me.
Yeah.
And I'm at that point now. But personal trainers still want fucking none of it. Like, seriously. Like, I could go up to one, I'm like, look, this personal trainer went from 0 to 2,000 a month in like 3 weeks. And they're still like, so.
And are you coaching them for online coaching or like personal training?
Online coaching.
Okay, cool.
Online coaching. But I mean, what's also interesting is I actually got a guy who came to me and he doesn't even want to sell anything online.
Sorry. So when you're saying you're coaching them, so is it more? Yeah. Is it predominantly like more lead generation than anything? You're not teaching them how to coach.
No.
So
no.
yeah. So
I'm not trying to show you how to do your job.
Yeah. So you're essentially
I'm trying to show you how to get more people for you to do your job.
Lovely, wicked, yeah.
Right, like so. As me being a personal trainer, I'm not trying to show you how to be a personal trainer because you'll be a better one than me because I don't even fucking do it, right?
Yeah.
But no, I just show you how to get more people who actually want what you offer, and then I show you how to actually close them. Because I find that a lot of people in social media marketing and personal trainers have that ego type of thing where they're like, oh well, I can close people, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you can't. Like you just can't. I'm like, the personal trainers that I've seen that are at the top are insanely good at selling.
Yeah, 100%.
Insanely good. And yes, being a personal trainer, you need to make sure that you are incredible at your craft, which is training, right? Yeah. But you also need to be incredible at selling so you can get people to train.
But even like what you just said, like being a salesperson as a PT, because you are literally, you're not selling personal training, you are selling yourself. And it is the same with personal branding because even when I was a personal trainer, I had clients that I had for years and I could have probably just made them do star jumps for the whole hour, but they was there to speak with, like, not speak with me, but in terms of like they're there because of that relationship with that person, not because obviously because of the knowledge and what you bring throughout the session, but when push comes to shove, there's a million personal trainers and they could have any of them that probably would do the same sort of thing as you, but it's the relationship they have with them.
Yeah, and a big thing is this: if you're a personal trainer, social media marketer, if you sell anything, right, before you go into a sale, think of this: the person is not going to buy from you, right? Basically, if someone's buying from you, they're buying with emotion, they're justifying with logic.
Yeah.
Right. So they're not paying you because they want your service. They're paying you for what your service does. Now that sounds obvious, but it's not, right? It's not obvious.
No.
Most people go into it with the mindset of he's paying me £30 an hour because I'm going to show him how to do bench press and I'm going to show him how to do this. They don't give a shit.
No.
Right? They just care about what the bench press is bringing them, right? Yeah. So when you sell, bring in emotion. Don't tell them. Don't be like, oh yes, you're going to lose £10. Right? Or, oh yes, you were going to be so much faster, because they don't give a shit, right? Tell them what that's going to bring. So bring in the emotion. Be like, say the woman's name is, I don't know, Samantha, right? You're going to be like, Samantha, imagine when you lose that £10, imagine what it's going to feel like when you fit into that dress that you've always wanted to fit into. And you get to walk down that aisle with everybody looking at you, one thinking, wow, how is this woman so beautiful? Imagine how that's going to feel. They're buying the feeling. They're buying that. They're not buying, you to show them how to bench press.
Yeah, and it comes down to the whole like closing the gap sort of thing. The brick building.
Yeah, the current and the desire. That stress. That's so hard. So it's basically, to put it brief to you, you've got a current destination and a desired. So let's go with the personal trainer. Flow seems you're in it.
Yeah.
If you've got someone who comes to you and they're like 80 pounds overweight. Right, their current destination is they're 80 pounds overweight. Say they can't play around with their kids like they want to play around with them. All right, and they get gassed every time they walk up the stairs in their job. Right, that's their current destination. Their desired destination is they want to be a healthy weight. They want to feel good. They want to be able to play with their kids. Do whatever, and they want to be able to go to their job and do it at the best possible way so they can make more money. Right, that's their desire. That's their current. Your job as the personal trainer is to position yourself as the vehicle, as the car that can take them from the current destination to the desired. They are paying for you to take them from where they are to where they want to be. And here's another one. People don't buy their way into situations, they buy their way out of situations.
Yeah.
So they're buying themselves out of the fact that they feel shitty into the place that they feel good. But they're not buying themselves because they want to be in the feel good. They want to just be out of the feeling shitty part.
Yeah. Really get that. Cool.
Yeah, trust me, value.
Mate, yeah, it's jokes because obviously you should see that in some books, that didn't you? Cool, man. I fucking didn't even realise how long we've been on here, man. An hour and 20 minutes. Man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, mad.
Yes.
Cool. We'll obviously drop it off. I'm gonna do the recording here, otherwise my laptop's probably gonna go bang. Where I'm recording the screen and that. Yeah, like I said, we obviously try and keep each other accountable and stuff as well. What sort of to wrap the actual video up? What sort of your goals for this year or the next upcoming months or whatever?
So basically, I want my membership to have 500 recurring members.
Okay, cool.
Big one. I want to have a 6-figure coaching business. So doing 8.3k a month consistently. Another big one is I want to pay for my parents, to go on like a 2-week holiday.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where they want to go yet. I think it's either LA or Vegas, or I don't know what the other one is. But pay for them to go. Yeah, go on.
And have you told them that?
Oh, I told them.
Yeah.
Well, half and half. I basically I asked my mother where she wanted to go. She was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Oh, because I'm going to pay for you to go there." Like.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh no, you want blah blah blah." But in my head, I'm dead serious.
Yeah. No, of course.
Right. So that's one. The next one is I want to land 2 consulting deals. So I've got one lined up for this month. I'm thinking it'll be around about 1,000 a day. So I've got that lined up for this month. Just need to finalize it, get it signed, stuff like that. But I want to close 2 of them, and I want to do one public speech.
Okay, sick.
That's one. I don't know where. I haven't thought about it really. I don't know if it's be my old school or something like that, but I just want to do one of them as well. So.
Okay, cool. That's sick. And what's of your experience with that?
Speaking zero.
So that's obviously why you want to do it.
Yeah, why I want to do it.
Funny,
and I like talking, I'm good at selling, so I mean...
Yeah, man, you're very good at selling, very good at selling, very good at talking and coming across. I done it not so long ago, and I've never been I've always been able to talk, but
okay.
I don't know, I fucking, this is a weird little fact, but I bit my tongue off when I was younger. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but...
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. That's literally my teeth still fit within the thing. It's fucking weird, yeah. Look, I'll say. So that bit was literally hanging off. So I don't know if it's like that, but my mum is the worst. And I doubt she would fucking sit through and watch this, but my mum is the worst storyteller you'll ever meet. She'll be like, I want to tell you this, and then about 20 minutes later, she's just still sitting there, and you're like, fucking hell, get the story out. And my sister's the exact same with it, and it's just funny. So, but I actually done it wasn't public speaking in a sense, but I went to a local business meeting, the BNI stuff. Just because obviously, you hear about try this for new leads and stuff like that, and it was pretty good, to be fair, which I need to actually follow some of them up. But yeah, I done it there, and that's the first time I've spoken to a crowd of people about, you know, other stuff, and like with the personal training, I've spoke to people, audiences and crowds about fitness and personal training. But I got up, man. I got up and I was like, it was obviously like introduce your business, and I was like, like I'd never spoke about my business in that sense. So I obviously got up and I had done it, and then I literally said, like, I was like, that is the first time I've ever had to do anything like that.
So,
just
like,
so,
I apologize.
just so you
very
know.
bad.
Yeah, but then even that works, because even if you tie in that sort of your personality through it as well, I think that sort of broke the ice a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
cool.
yeah, but I do definitely want to do one of them. I mean, it's crazy when I see, like, do you follow, like, Grant Cardone?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't follow him religiously.
I
anymore.
don't either. I've seen like the bare minimum.
Yeah, okay. Well, I used to follow him like a lot, but anyway, like he's got that growth con thing, right? And is like business conference thing. And I don't know how many people was there. I think it was like 80,000 or something like ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And he was on stage speaking in front of all of them, and I was like, that looks hard.
Yeah.
That looks hard, because he looked like a little tiny ant.
Yeah.
On that thing, right, with all the people around him. I was like, that looks hard. I definitely don't want to go straight to a level where there's like hundreds. But start with like, I don't know, like 40, 50 or whatever. You know?
Maybe you should try doing like lives. Like, obviously I know you do a lot of lives anyway. I know it's a completely different concept. But
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I should. Yeah, it's a process, I suppose, and I try different things.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, yeah, I won't ask you any of the nitty gritty stuff like I do some people in terms of like numbers and stuff like that. I'll let you crack on. I'd prefer to let you do your thing and we catch up.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
In a later date. But yeah, man, it's been absolute pleasure to have you on. It's gonna be a fucking long one, so if you have
it is a long one.
if you have made it all the way through this video, because I'm probably gonna be doing minimal editing because I've also got actual work to do. But yeah, man, it's been fucking pleasure, considering like we've only really ever spoke to each other through Instagram DMs and stuff. To be able to get on a phone call for an hour and a half is a very good thing.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, man.
Wicked, man. Well, just sign off the video for me.
Me?
Yeah, boy.
Bro, I don't know what to say, man. It's
Sign
your
it
video.
Yeah, no. Listen, that's what I'm throwing people in the deep end. Sign it off. I can't remember what Jeff said as well. It's literally like, oh shit, what did he say? No, I'm gonna put too much pressure on you. Sign it off.
I don't want.
The thing is, design a future. How are they gonna do that? What they got to do? Speak to me.
How are they going to design a future?
Yeah,
Shit.
you've been designing a future. You've been designing your future. You haven't just fucking gone by the norm. You haven't gone. Oh my days. Hello, Ollie. Are you speaking English?
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
haven't
think
gone
when it comes to designing the future, you just got to look at like pretty much what it. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? It's like whatever you look at. I suppose whatever you look at, whether it's cars, traveling, providing, you know, having the money, you know, having people DM you, message you, say. I mean, if that's what you want, then you just got to start researching the steps on how to get there and just start applying them. Yeah,
and like we said before.
I mean, that's all I can say, really.
Oh, mate, it's been a pleasure. I'm gonna leave that one there.
Yeah, it's been real good.
And I will speak to you soon, man.
Yeah. Some shit, a long one.